fire pump service disconnect is not included in the limit of 2 to 6 service disconnects for a building. This is because the fire pump service disconnect is considered a separate service, distinct from the regular service disconnects for the building's general electrical system. National Electrical Code Section 700.12 addresses emergency systems and states that the service disconnecting means for fire pump shall be installed outside the building adjacent to the fire pump controller. This requirement emphasizes the critical importance of the fire pump system and its need for independent operation during emergencies. Because of the fire pump's critical nature, it has separation from the 2 to 6 service disconnect rule. National Electrical Code Section 408.32 deals with switchboards and panel boards. It states that where more than 6 service disconnecting means are required, all shall be grouped at one readily accessible location near the point of entrance of the service conductors. This section is related to grouping service disconnects when there are more than 6 for a regular service. These two code sections, 700.12 and 408.32, work together to clarify the treatment of fire pump service disconnects. The fire pump service disconnect is intentionally separated from the main service disconnect. The fire pump disconnect is not included in the count of the 2 to 6 service disconnects. The NEC guidelines ensure that the fire pump has an independent and reliable power supply. This arrangement is crucial for the functionality of fire protection systems during emergencies. The intent is to prevent a situation where a fault in the building's regular electrical system could compromise the operation of the fire pump. By providing a dedicated service disconnect, the fire pump can continue to operate even if the building's main power supply is interrupted. The fire pump's dedicated service disconnect has implications for the overall electrical design of a building. Firstly, it requires careful coordination between the electrical engineer, the fire protection engineer, and the local authorities having jurisdiction. The location of the fire pump disconnect must be readily accessible to firefighters and other emergency personnel. It also must be protected from physical damage and environmental hazards. Secondly, the electrical system for the fire pump must be designed to meet the specific requirements of the fire pump motor. The motor's starting current can be significantly higher than its running current. As a result, the electrical system must be sized accordingly to prevent voltage drops and ensure reliable operation. Thirdly, the fire pump system should include appropriate monitoring and alarm systems to alert building occupants and emergency personnel to any problems with the fire pump. These systems can include low water level alarms, pump failure alarms, and power failure alarms. Proper grounding and bonding are essential for the safe and reliable operation of the fire pump system. The grounding system must be designed to minimize the risk of electrical shock and to provide a low impedance path for fault currents. Bonding is required to connect all metal parts of the electrical system to the grounding system. This helps to prevent voltage differences between different parts of the system. This requirement for a separate fire pump service disconnect is not merely a matter of convenience. It is a critical safety measure that helps to ensure the fire pump will operate reliably when it is needed most. Compliance with the NEC and other applicable codes and standards is essential for the safe and effective operation of fire protection systems. The electrical inspector will verify the installation complies with all applicable requirements. This includes the proper sizing of conductors, overcurrent protection, and grounding. The fire marshal will also inspect the fire pump system to ensure it is properly installed and maintained. The fire marshal will verify that the fire pump is capable of delivering the required flow and pressure and that all alarm and monitoring systems are functioning properly. In summary, the fire pump service disconnect is a separate and distinct service disconnect. It is not included in the limit of 2 to 6 service disconnects for a building. The requirements of NEC 700.12 and 408.32 support this. These guidelines are intended to ensure the reliable operation of fire protection systems during emergencies.